Sir, tell me about yourself, what your name is, and what kind of car you got.
It's a 1967 Ford Mustang GTA convertible. My name is Mark Lang.
Okay, now how'd you, this is the white car here. All right.
Next week is our big car show. August
now,
the 2nd,
how did you retrieve this car?
August the 9th.
It was my aunt's car.
It was your what?
My aunt.
Oh, your aunt's car.
My aunt's car, right.
Oh, she leave it to you in the will?
No, she's still alive.
Oh.
But the floorboards were rot out of it, and she locked up the motor in it. So I was at a family reunion, and she asked me if I wanted it, and I said, yeah, I'll take it.
Got a contest going on.
Okay.
I had to bring it back from Alexandria, Kentucky, put another motor in it, and tear it apart and put that together.
Now, what kind of cars you had previously? This is a Mustang, you said, right?
Correct.
My grandpa's got a Mustang convertible. I was wondering how many other cars you have, and have you always been into Mustangs?
No, I had a 1956 Chevy Nomad before this that I showed.
Oh, okay, 1956 Chevy Nomad. Okay, and how long did that last you?
The Nomad?
Yeah.
And
I had that for about 10 years.
Up here.
Okay, and did you just like trade it in, or?
No, I sold it.
Sold it?
$6.
Mind me asking how much you get out of that?
Oh, I got about the equivalent of about 10,000.
Not bad.
No, considering it's worth 50 to 60,000 now.
1,000 a year.
Yeah. Right.
All right. I was wondering, have you had any jobs to see here? I'm gonna take a look at your insides here. Follow me.
We had quit pipes in the Columbia, but you people may think that I'm in a rut. But to you folks who don't dig the job, that's two carburetors and an oil.
Now, your now, have you had this like redone, reupholstered?
No. No, I redid the interior.
You redid the interior?
Just redid it, repainted it, touched it up, but everything's original.
Now,
somewhat original.
Is the radio old, or has it been reinstalled?
That's not the original radio, no.
Not the original radio now?
No, it's got a Pioneer stereo in it.
What started your love for cars?
My dad.
Your dad started your love for cars?
Yeah, by the time I was 4 years old, I could tell you what every car on the road was and what year it was.
By the time you were 4 years old,
yeah,
literally?
4 going on 5. Yeah, I could tell you what kind of car.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
What's that? Ford Taurus.
Ford Taurus?
2004.
2004 right there? Mm-hmm. Okay, you named that one. What else you gonna name?
Ford pickup truck.
Ford pickup truck?
2000.
2000?
About that.
And
here comes a Corolla, I think.
A Corolla?
Looks like
a silver car?
Yeah, silver car looks like a Corolla. I could be wrong.
Awesome. You know your stuff, sir.
There's a new Mustang right there.
A new Mustang?
Mustang GT550, see the badge on the side of it?
Yeah. You named all the cars. You do that?
Those I'm not sure. That one looks like a Hyundai. And the one next to it I can't tell.
Now, sir, how many car shows have you had this car at?
How many car shows have I had this at? 100? Yeah, probably. Oh, at least 100.
Okay, now where have you taken?
Hey, man, you're just a car show slut.
Beautiful downtown Hamilton.
Okay, what car shows? What car shows?
I just won a trophy with a little while ago.
Oh, so this shows trophy.
Yeah, right there. Here.
All right.
Here we go.
All right, hold on. Let me get a good look at this.
Won 3rd place with it. Then my other one, I won 2nd place with it. I won 2 trophies with it.
Won 3rd place. This is a 3rd place trophy.
Right. Then I got a 68 Mustang hardtop, same color as this one. But it looks like this one. I won 2nd place with it.
Won 2nd place with that.
Yeah.
Okay, now was that trophy Hamilton?
Yeah. See right here.
What car shows have you been to? I mean, in other like states and stuff.
Just mainly in this area.
In this area?
Yeah.
Do you go down to the one by Main Street too? I mean, the one down by Frisch's.
Which Frisch's?
Oh, down Frisch's over here.
Yeah. You're talking about the Father's Day show?
The car show you took down there?
Yeah, I've been down there.
Have you been to the car parade today?
Yeah, that's where I won that trophy.
Oh. Yeah.
What's it say right there?
Antique car parade. Yep, so he took us to the car parade earlier today.
Yes, I did.
Downtown Hamilton and won that trophy. Thank you, sir.
All right. Have a good day.
Too. Okay, sir. Tell me about yourself, your name, and what kind of car you got here.
This is, my name is Roger Hobbs. My car is a 1950 Mercury 2-door coupe.
Okay, 1950 two-door coupe. Really nice car here. How did you get it? How did you get it?
I bought it from a guy up north of Dayton, Ohio, who got it from a finder of his out of North Carolina. And I bought it as a stock car, and I started making custom changes to the car after I got it, and when it was all finished, that's kind of what I came up with.
Okay, now what kind of, let's go over here. Tell me, you point to the car, explain to me what changes you got done to it.
Well, first of all, I created the grill out of a 53 Corvette center part, and I cut the grill in the middle, cut a pie out of it, and bent it to fit the contour of the grill opening. And then I cut the ends off of the grill and fitted it with 53 Chevy parking lights, and that's how I came up with my grill. And then on the headlights, I Frenched the headlights, and as opposed to just standard Frenching that most people do, as you can see, I added a little peak and a little downward spiral to them and put a crease in it, just trying to create something a little bit different. And so that's how I came up. And then on the hood itself, I rounded all four of the corners on the bottom front and the back of the hood. And also I drew up with a magic marker, I drew up the design for the hood for the slit in it, and came up with that idea. And then I got some spears off the inside of a 51 Pontiac and cut them off and created the spears that are in the hood and the slots on the opening there.
Spears? What are those?
Those chrome spears. These chrome spears.
Oh, those chrome spears, okay.
Right. I cut those off of the interior panels of a 51 Pontiac out of a junkyard.
Okay.
And then the top has been modified. It's been chopped 4 inches. I was helped with that by a friend of mine, Terry Thomas, who had a body shop at that time. He helped me chop it. I had never chopped one, so he helped me with that. And then I added the 57 Cadillac wheel covers to the front of it. It has air ride suspension all the way around it on all 4 axles to drop it down for the custom low look when I get to my destination, and then raise it up when I'm driving it. On the side chrome, it's 53 Buick Roadmaster side chrome that I've fitted on it, and came up with the 2-tone paint color that way to kind of separate it, and the chrome separates the 2-tone paint on it. I've shaved the door handles off of it, as you can see, and the doors open with a remote button. They have the door popper systems on them. And then I've added the custom West Coast mirror looks on my side mirrors.
Okay, that's over...
On these side mirrors.
Okay.
These are also custom.
Oh, those are also custom.
Those are also custom. The fender skirts on this car, people who are familiar with this model car know that the fender skirts on this car cap over the quarters. And what I've done with those is worked and set them in so that they are flush mounted to the quarter panels. It gives you a smoother look. Also, I've rounded the backs of the door, top and bottom, to give it more of a custom sleek look on the sides of it. And then I added the little side pipes down on the bottom in front of the fender skirts underneath my Buick side chrome. And then back here on the back,
All day sandwiches left. Originally $5. You go over there, he said,
I Frenched the antenna on it.
He said he'll bring them over here and deliver them.
Just to give it a custom look. As you can see, I also rounded all 4 corners on my trunk lid. On the tail lights, I've put a custom aftermarket tail lights in it. And I also added the little peak to it here so that it would kind of go with the peak shape of the headlights to kind of bring that section of it together. And then, other than that, under the hood, it's powered with a 350 Chevy engine with a 350 turbo tranny and a custom interior.
Great. So, well, okay, Mercury. Have you always been really like interested in cars since you were a kid?
I have been interested in cars since I was a kid, that's correct.
And how'd you get interested in them? Did you have friends that were, or just
Well, I had older brothers as I was growing up, and the first custom car I ever seen, I was probably maybe 8, 9 years old, and my brother brought one to our little hometown up in Kentucky back then. And it was a 50 Oldsmobile, and it was customized with the shaved hood and trunk and door handles and that, and I thought it was really a neat looking car. And ever since then I've been interested in custom cars. And because of the James Dean movie, Rebel Without a Cause, James Dean drove a 50 Mercury in that movie, and he's the one who actually made this particular model car popular. And I wanted one for years, and so finally I found one. At that time I had a 55 Ford 2-door coupe, and I sold it, and bought the Mercury and started working on it, and like I said earlier, this is what I came up with.
Yeah, Rebel Without a Cause, that was like, wasn't that like about troubled teens, right? Like dysfunction, like troubled teens, or like teens that were like really...
It was, had Sal Mineo.
Like suicide and stuff like that?
Well, no, I don't think it had any suicide in it, the best I remember.
Like what I'm talking about, like troubled teens, like teens are struggling like depression.
They were.
You know, it was kind of like, you know, ahead of its time, I guess, or it kind of tackled that subject, or one of the first movies to tackle that kind of stuff.
Right, this was during their high school years.
Yeah.
And Natalie Wood was the co-star in it with James Dean, along with Sal Mineo. A lot of people don't probably remember Sal Mineo because he was the older generation.
Yeah, that was from my time, but I've heard of the movie.
Well, he died at a very young age.
And so James Dean did.
And so did James Dean, died in an automobile accident. So.
And that maybe featured a lot of cars in this, like that.
They did have quite a few different hot rod cars in it, old 47, 48 Ford coupes and that. And but James Dean drove the 50 Mercury, black 50 Mercury in the movie, and he's the one, in my opinion, that made the car popular. And then later, the other movie star that came out with the movie Cobra, not thinking of his name, Sylvester Stallone had the movie Cobra out. He also drove a chopped 50 Mercury in his movie. Now James Dean's Mercury in Rebel Without a Cause was not chopped, but the Cobra movie with Sylvester Stallone had a chopped Mercury. And a lot of people, the younger generation, refer to that movie and relate it to this style car.
Oh, okay. Now, you got all this windows done on it. Now, did you have like a paint job or anything done to it or anything like that?
A what now?
A paint job, like a new paint job?
Well, actually, I painted the car.
Oh, you painted the car? Good job.
I painted the car, did it in my garage at home, and that's what I came up with. The color on the car is called Red Jewel, and the bottom of it, below the Buick side chrome, is called Sparkle Silver. And so those are the two colors that I came up with for it.
Okay, let me see here. Open the door here. Describe it. Describe your insides here.
Well, this is a 59 Chevy Impala steering wheel, but as you can see here, I've taken the center horn button out of it and gave it to a friend of mine who's a pinstriper, and he made me a Mercury head design to put in it, and I kind of changed it that way. And then also you can see that I've two-toned the colors of the steering wheel to match the exterior of the car, as well as two-toning the dash in it. Now the car does have air conditioning, car brakes, power steering. It goes down the road very nicely. Could run 70, 80 mile an hour all day in it, as far as I know. But like I say, I have the air ride on it, and I've got that mounted in my console. The console I got out of a early 70s model Ford, full-size Ford, and I cut and welded it to make it fit up under my dash and so on. And then I made a new top for it to mount my personal switches in that end.
Okay. God, the seats are, what kind of seats are those?
Well, the front seats are out of a Cougar, a Mercury Cougar. The back seat is out of nothing. The upholsterer made the back seat from scratch.
Wow. Well, okay, now, so are those like new seats? Are they like from a newer car you put those in, or what?
These are out of like about a 73, 74 Mercury Cougar. That's what the front seats are out of. They're 6-way power seats.
Like over 20 years later.
Right. But I had them rebuilt as far as the construction of the seats, and then obviously I had them reupholstered with the material that I picked out. Now, I did tell the upholsterer generally what I liked as far as interior, and then he designed the interior himself, going by what that he understood the parts that I liked, and he took my ideas and his ideas and put them together, and this is the style that he came up with.
Wow. What other cars you had like in the past?
Well, like I said, I had a 55 Ford at one time. I also had a 62 Chevy Super Sport convertible. I've had a 57 Pontiac. I don't really remember all the cars. I've had probably 100 cars in my life.
Damn.
But this one is the one that I've had this car for 24 years now. And like I said earlier, I always wanted one of these, so obviously when I finally got it, I've been holding on to it.
Nice car, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.